Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Welcome to the Illini Center in downtown Chicago. Welcome to those of you who are here in person. Welcome to those of you who are joining us on the web. We have a presentation for you and discussion about the Illinois Professional Science Masters. We'll be telling you about the program, some of the options that are available to you, what the graduates of the program are doing, and then we'll also be available to answer questions for you, whether live or if you're joining us over the internet, you're welcome to type in your chat questions. Just one item of housekeeping before we get started. This event obviously is broadcast live for those of you who are joining us over the internet. It is also being recorded and will be played back live. So if you would please not disclose any personal information. If you have questions about your particular situation or things that would apply to you uniquely, you're certainly welcome to contact us by email or by phone, and we'll be glad to talk to you about those one-on-one. So again, thank you for being here. I'm Kevin Sightler. I'm director of the Illinois Professional Science Masters. I have about 15 or 20 minutes or so of material to present to you and discuss with you. If you have questions as we're going along, feel free to ask them. We'll also have a period for question and answer at the end of the session. But we'll be talking tonight about the value proposition of the Illinois Professional Science Masters. We'll talk a bit about the employers, the companies, organizations where our students are working as interns and where they are working after they graduate. I'll give you a brief introduction to the particular programs, the specific programs, and the unique characteristics of those programs. I'll also talk about the curriculum a bit and talk to you also about the internships. And then we'll talk about the process of applying if you're interested in applying to the program. So again, thank you for being here, and let's get started. Let's talk a bit about the value of the Professional Science Masters. The Professional Science Masters began to evolve about a decade ago or so, and there was a push-pull relationship that caused the PSM to evolve as a graduate degree option. We know that there are a number of you who have a very strong background, very strong interest in science. You want to continue that study beyond the bachelor's degree, but you may also know that you would like to combine that with business skills, and perhaps you would want to combine your business background and your science background with business experience to work at that interface between science and business. Maybe on the commercialization of scientific products, coming up with new products, new uses for existing products, and how to transform scientific discovery into a commercial venture. So there evolved over some time a relationship between employers who found these mix of skills and knowledge to be very valuable and student interest who wanted some combination of the science and business background. And that's when the Professional Science Master's Degree program started. There are now about 300 of these very specialized niche programs in existence across the world. These are niche programs in the landscape of graduate education, so they are somewhat unique in terms of the combination of the science content and the business content. So the value of the Professional Science Masters. Let's make a couple of comparisons between the Professional Science Masters or PSM experience and what you have as an undergraduate. If you graduate with a bachelor's degree, what's the differential value? Well, certainly the Professional Science Masters, and in particular the Illinois Professional Science Masters, is first and foremost a science degree. It is an MS degree in a science discipline. So the bulk of the program extends the science knowledge acquired at the undergraduate level. That by itself is a point of differentiation that separates you as a master's degree graduate, certainly from those who have an undergraduate only experience. How does the Professional Science Masters compare to more traditional master's degree programs? Most master's degrees, whether they are en route to a doctoral program or a doctoral degree, or master's degrees that are intended to stop at the master's degree level, many of those programs are focused on research. And certainly there are many people who are interested in master's level education in the sciences where the principal focus is on research, but we also know that there are those who want something a bit different, the addition of the business content to the science core. So the PSM is different certainly from the undergraduate experience and certainly different from the traditional master's experience in the sciences. And we can also make a comparison between the professional science master's and an MBA. The PSM is a science degree with business content, and an MBA is obviously more or exclusively on the business side with little or no science content. So the professional science master's does give some differentiation and some value difference relative to an MBA. You certainly have a graduate level science knowledge, but you also have some of the core knowledge and competencies and skills that go along with an MBA. So in the PSM world, we sort of think of these as an ideal combination. It is a full MS in science, added to that, integrated to that, and delivered in a unified whole is the science plus business component of the professional science master's. The professional science master's at Illinois started in 2007. We received generous support from the Alfred Sloan Foundation, along with a number of other schools, to start the professional science master's program. And the program exists now as a partnership in Illinois between several units. The disciplinary units of liberal arts and sciences and the College of Agriculture, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences. Those are the colleges in which the disciplinary programs are offered, and in partnership with the College of Business and with the Graduate College. These 4 units collaborate in delivering the 5 Illinois Professional Science Master's programs. Those programs are very attractive to employers. Now, all of you are considering a PSM. One of your first questions, if not your first question, is what is the value of this program in terms of the job market, in terms of job placement? So let me show you some of the companies and the positions where Illinois Professional Science Master's students have been hired. This is a partial listing, and you can see these on the screen in front of you, of some of the companies where our graduates have either have interned, where they were hired after their experience at the with the Illinois PSM. There's certainly variance across all of the programs, and there's also a great deal of variance in terms of inside a particular program or within a particular program. In food science, for example, there are a wide variety of positions and companies that students or graduates in those programs where they tend to go. If you look at all of those companies, they do tend to cluster in right now about 3 particular areas. Obviously, big agricultural companies are represented there. Most of our programs at Illinois are in agriculture and life sciences. There are also cluster companies in terms of food and ingredient firms, and some bio-based startup, younger startup, early phase companies attract students who have graduated from our program. Also tonight, as we're going through this, I'll introduce you by picture and a brief bio profile of some of the graduates of our program. Simon Chen was one of our first bioenergy students in our early cohort. He interned at the Illinois Green Business Association and is now a sales engineer with Tanergy Tech company in Taiwan. Now, we went over some of the companies where our students or graduates are employed. Let's look at some of the positions. Within these companies, what are the things that they're doing? I'm going to let you look through some of these, and we'll also identify some of the clusters that represent these positions. Students come into the Illinois PSM from a wide variety of backgrounds. Their interests also vary, so the types of companies and types of positions they go into also vary quite a bit. So you can see from this relatively short list, there's a fair amount of variety in the types of positions that our graduates go into after they have finished. Again, as with the companies, we can look at the clusters and types of positions. Many of the positions are in the science and laboratory science or in production, and there also is a cluster in sales and management. Okay, let me stop for just a moment and see if there are any questions or comments. I'll be happy to answer those for you now or at the end. Anything from the group? Anyone from online? Okay, all right, thank you. Here is another one of our early graduates in bioenergy, Derek Littell. Derek interned with Illinois Ventures. His interest was in marketing, and so he worked with a group of startup companies at Illinois Ventures in Champaign, Illinois. He is now at Greenall Tech in Spain, and he is also pursuing a PhD at the University of Barcelona. Now, let me tell you a bit about the students in the Illinois Professional Science Master's Program. We are a moderate-sized program. We have, of the 5 programs that are in existence now, we have, as entering students this fall, a class of 25. There are 18 second-year students in the program, so this fall we have 43 students enrolled across all 5 of the programs. The program sizes vary. The largest program has about 10 students. So the programs are never going to be particularly large. So you have a small cohort of fellow students that you'll be working with. The students tend to bond and sort of look out for one another. So these are a small group if that's appealing to you. A few other pieces of information to give you an idea of what our student population looks like. Again, these are the entering students for fall of 2013. Most students come into the program fairly soon after they have completed their bachelor's degree. So an average age of 24 and a range of 24 to 29. So relatively young students with no experience or maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years of work experience before they come back into the program. The program is also gender balanced. There are about an equal number of men and women in the program. Now, you may also be interested to know where the students come from. Again, we're about half and half with the students that enroll this fall. About half are domestic or U.S. students. The other half are from outside of the United States. China, India, South Korea, and Taiwan are typically the countries where our students come from outside of the U.S., and this is typical for other terms, not just for the fall of 13. So we have a fairly diverse student population in terms of their nationality. About 64% of the entering class this year did their undergraduate degree in the U.S., and about 36% did them from abroad. So a number of international students do their undergraduate, have completed their undergraduate studies in the U.S., and then continue in the U.S. in the Illinois Professional Science Masters. Of those who are from the U.S., about 56%, just over half, are University of Illinois graduates, and the remainder are from other institutions in the United States. Are there any questions, comments that I can answer from the room, from anyone online? Okay, we have a question from an online participant. Is online or part-time enrollment available? Was that the question? Yes, thank you. Right now, the Illinois PSM is a full-time program. One of the advantages we believe in this program is its time to degree. So it's a fairly short program, and in order to accomplish that, it requires full-time enrollment. So right now, the program is full-time. Also, the program is offered on campus on the Champaign Urbana campus. It is not offered online at the present time.
Is there a maximum number of students that the program will accept?
Okay, and one other question from an online participant: is there a maximum number of students the program will accept? There are the 5 programs in the Illinois PSM that I mentioned. Each of them manages their admissions and their enrollment numbers separately. Most of them will probably admit 10 to 12 students at a maximum a year. So that pretty much is their capacity to admit. So that's probably the enrollment cap for those 5 programs at the present time.
Is there a maximum number of students that the program will accept?
Okay, and one other question from an online participant: is there a maximum number of students the program will accept? There are the 5 programs in the Illinois PSM that I mentioned. Each of them manages their admissions and their enrollment numbers separately. Most of them will probably admit 10 to 12 students at a maximum a year. So that pretty much is their capacity to admit. So that's probably the enrollment cap for those 5 programs at the present time. Thank you. So continuing from that question and building on that, let me give you a few other pieces of information that might help you make some decisions as to whether or not the Illinois PSM is attractive to you. We talked about the size of the program just a moment ago. Fairly small programs, 8 to 10 students, maybe 12 students at a maximum. So a small cohesive group also gives you ample opportunity to work with not only your other students, but also your major advisor and other faculty members and other projects in your program. So relatively small. I also mentioned time to degree. The Illinois PSM is a 16-month program, full-time on campus. The program starts in the fall term, so you complete a fall and a spring semester, an internship in the intervening summer, you return in the fall, the following fall, and graduate in December. So 16 months, 3 semesters, 1 summer term is the length of the program. Each of the programs also has a fair degree of flexibility. Outside of a handful of required courses, the programs will allow you to custom select the courses that best suit your personal and professional goals. There are a multitude of courses that are available to you across all 5 programs, and your major advisor will work with you to help you find the portfolio of courses that best suit your needs. Another distinguishing characteristic of the Professional Science Masters is that it is a non-thesis program. There is not a research requirement at the program level for research in the form of a thesis. Now, with that being said, a fair number of students, the majority of the students in the Illinois PSM do engage in some type of research. It may be part of a course, it may be something they do within their program, but it's not necessarily something that they do with the end result being a written thesis. There are ample opportunities for research if that is your interest. And another distinguishing characteristic or advantage of the Illinois PSM is its professional focus. One of our objectives in the Professional Science Masters at Illinois is to give you a skill set that differentiates you from other people in the job market in terms of your skill set. So not only the knowledge of business and science combined, but also some professional knowledge and skills. And we cover those through a number of ways, both in the business courses and in our industry seminars that all of our PSM students take in each term that they're enrolled. Now, I'd like to walk you through the 5 programs that are part of the Illinois PSM portfolio. Each of these programs has unique characteristics in terms of what they offer of value to students. All of them share the characteristics of flexibility and small 16-month professional focus, but they each offer a very different disciplinary core that may be of interest to you. The 5 programs are agricultural production. This is a program in the College of Agriculture, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences. This program has options available in animal science, crop sciences, and sustainable production systems. Many people who study in this program have agricultural backgrounds, and the types of positions and companies they go into are also agrocentric. Another program is the bioenergy program. The bioenergy program at Illinois is part of the Center for Advanced Bioenergy Research at Illinois. It is focused on the production of biofuels. The program is well regarded. It has an international reputation. It sponsors cutting-edge research, and there are ample opportunities for application of bioenergy knowledge to the field. The third program in the Illinois PSM portfolio is Food Science and Human Nutrition. This program builds on a very long and proud tradition in the Food Science and Human Nutrition department at Illinois. The program offers a wide degree of options for those interested, particularly in the food, science, and production areas. Many people come into the food science program with chemistry and biochemistry backgrounds, and the application of those then to food science. The fourth program in our portfolio is plant biotechnology. The plant biotechnology has a very strong focus on the plant side. The program is also very flexible, so that it can accommodate animal and microbial disciplines as well. This program very broadly targets life sciences sectors that include agriculture and medical and environmental industries. The program also has relationships with industry partners, and these relationships offer students opportunities for on-campus team projects that merge science and business. And the fifth program is Technical Systems Management. This is a program that is part of the Department of Agricultural and Biological Engineering. The program focuses on any technical systems, but principally those that are agricultural related. Many people come into this program with engineering or technology backgrounds, and the focus of the program is on solving technical problems. So you can see from these 5 programs, there are a wide range of options available to you in terms of the programs that you choose to study, in which you choose to study. All of them share some common characteristics. And let me tell you what the 4 basic curricular component parts of the Illinois PSM are and how they build on each other and how they are related. The Professional Science Master's is a solid science MS degree. A very core component and certainly a large component of the coursework that you take as part of the program is in the sciences. Added to that and integrated to that is the business content. The business curriculum in the Illinois PSM currently consists of a series of 5 courses. Those courses are taught principally by faculty in the College of Business. They cover functional areas of business as well as emerging issues such as technology management, entrepreneurship, intellectual property management, finance, project management, and other functional business areas. A very important part of Professional Science Master's program is the industry internship. At Illinois, the internship is done in the summer after the first full year of study. The internship is an opportunity for you to apply what you've learned in your first year of study in the workplace. It gives you an opportunity to preview your knowledge and skill sets for potential employers. We work with you to help you find an internship. Actually, on the very first day of the fall semester, we start you on that journey of finding an internship opportunity. And I mentioned the flexibility of the program in terms of the curriculum within your science core, and that you have a fair amount of flexibility in crafting the courses that meet your needs. You also have a fair amount of flexibility in finding an internship opportunity that helps you satisfy your personal and professional goals. The programs will work with you to help you find opportunities, to find the opportunities and goals that you want from your internship. The internship is a very important component of Professional Science Master's programs. And the 4th curricular element or delivery element of the PSM is the Industry Seminar Series. This is a series of weekly seminars that all students across all 5 PSM programs take together. The seminars are an opportunity for you to interact with representatives from industry, to discuss problems and issues that are facing their company or their industries. It is also an opportunity to learn additional business and professional skills. It's in a seminar format. All of the students in the PSM take the industry seminars together. We meet once a week every semester of the program, and it's a very good opportunity to interact with the other students, to collaborate with them, to learn. We do some special workshops. We have speakers come in who are experts in particular areas. And so the seminar is a very good way of pulling all of the students together across all of the disciplines for what they really have in common, which is wanting to work at this interface of science and business. Are there any questions or comments about the structure of the program, the curricular components, the science, the business, the internships? Any questions from the audience or from online?
Elaborate on the assistance for the internships.
Thank you. The question is an elaboration on the internship. So let me talk to you about the internship process and how that works. Yes, there is assistance on securing the internships. We work with you from the very beginning of the program to help you define what your goals are of the internship and also to help you execute your internship search. For most students, that's a fairly long process, so we get you started very early. We keep you on track. There are a wide range of career service resources that are available at the University of Illinois to help you in your search. There are college-specific career services units. All of them are familiar with the professional science masters. They know what the students bring to the table, the type of career opportunities that they are looking for. So with your program, your major advisor, with the Illinois PSM as part of the graduate college, and also with the Career Services Network, we all work together with you to help you find the internship opportunity that best suits your needs. One thing we do at the beginning of the fall term is we have a public poster session. All of the second year students prepare and present in a public forum a poster summary of their internship experience. This is a great opportunity for you to interact with people from industry. We typically pair this with a career fair that is usually the very next day. So we have representatives on campus from companies who will come in, talk to you about your internship project, what your learning outcomes were, what your takeaways were, what the value of the experience in the Illinois PSM was to their learning experience as part of their internship. I'd like to run down some of the companies where the Illinois PSM students have completed their internships. You'll notice that some of these companies are very similar to the companies where students are employed after they graduate. These companies, organizations represent a fairly wide range of company types. Some are large, some are small, some are for-profit, some are government agencies. But there are a wide range of students who come into the program, and so there are a wide range of internships and types of internships that they go into. And you'll see you're seeing here some of the companies where our students and organizations where our students have been over the last couple of years. The internships, the students who, when they complete their internships, they all have good stories to tell. So the internship is a very important learning component of the Professional Science Master's program. If you look at the clusters of these companies in terms of where our students are doing their internships, very similar to the types of positions where in companies where they go when they graduate, they tend to cluster in big agricultural companies, in startup or early phase companies, also in government and not-for-profit agencies, and food and ingredient companies, and in research laboratories. I mentioned that a number of our students do research. About half, maybe a little bit more than half, are actively engaged in research, and so they opt to do their internship as part of a research laboratory, either at the university or elsewhere. Okay. Can I answer any questions about the internship itself, the internship or the process for securing an internship? Thank you. All right. So if you are interested in applying for admission to the Illinois Professional Science Masters, it's a very straightforward process. When you apply, there are a number of pieces of information that are considered in making an admission decision. Certainly your undergraduate record will be very important, where you did your undergraduate degree, the major and the courses you opted to take as part of your undergraduate experience. You also will need to submit GRE scores. For those of you where language of instruction was other than English, you will be required to submit a TOEFL score. And each program also asks for a statement of purpose. And this is an opportunity for you to discuss and explain why you're choosing to study at the graduate level and why in particular the Professional Science Master's program is a good match for your professional and personal goals. The entire process is managed online, so you can apply online. Your scores and transcripts are uploaded online, and references from 3 references are required, and those can be submitted by your references online as well. Right now, for fall of 14, we have a priority application date of March 15th. If you submit your application by March 15th, we will have you in the first round of admission decisions. Each of the 5 programs manages their admission process slightly differently, but the first round of admissions are typically made around in late winter, early spring. So our priority date for this coming year is March 15th. Here's another person who has graduated from the Illinois PSM, Jennifer Pankey. She was a graduate of one of our early cohorts in agricultural production. She is now with the Center for Reproductive Research here in Chicago at Northwestern University. Well, I hope this short talk has given you some good information about the Illinois Professional Science Masters, the value of the program, the process of the program, what some of your options can be in terms of internships and employment after you graduate, and something about the process for applying if this is of interest to you. I'm now happy to take your questions. I'll be happy to answer these questions for you, address any issues that might be on your mind. So any questions from the audience or from anyone online? The question is, can I start in the spring? Actually, because the program is relatively short, we start all students in the fall term. And there are a couple of reasons for that. And one of the main reasons is the internship is typically done in the summer term. And so starting in January is a very short lead time, not only for starting graduate school, but also for then securing an internship in a very short period of time. So we start all of our students in the fall term. Yes, thank you.
Are students assigned advisors before the program starts?
Yes, our students assigned advisors before the program starts. Every program, each of the 5 programs has a major advisor, and all students will be advised by that major advisor. Certainly after you're in the program, there are other faculty members that you will work with and be mentored by, but the director of your program or the major advisor of your program is your principal academic advisor. So that is set when you come into the program.
Do I start communicating with them before the first day of class?
Can I start communicating, or should I start communicating with them before the first day of class? Absolutely, you should. One of the things that we try to help you build in the Illinois PSM are professional networks, and certainly having a good, solid working relationship with your major advisor and other faculty members in your program are a very important part of building those lifelong professional relationships. With your major advisor, that relationship starts before you enroll. In fact, all of you, in one way or another, when you are admitted to the program, will have some type of communication and interaction with your program advisor before you show up for orientation in late August. So you'll have advice from your major advisor and what he or she may recommend for you in terms of course selection, and also guidance in getting you started in a graduate program. And that does require a little bit of guidance. It is a very different process, learning process, very different set of responsibilities as a graduate student compared to an undergraduate. And your major advisor is there to help you along the way. You also get advice from the Illinois PSM. And for me as the director, I can advise you on the professional component of the program and your business curriculum. And we partner with your individual programs on the science advising. So we have you covered from multiple perspectives in terms of advising. I am always available to answer questions and give guidance, either as you're deciding about the PSM, as you're preparing your application, and before you enroll, after you enroll, and then after you graduate. So we will be partners with you through the entire process. Thank you.
Can I talk to a current student to help my decisions?
Can I talk to a current student? That's a very good question. Another question from an online participant. Yes, absolutely. If you have an interest in the program and you would like to talk to an alum of the program or a current student in the program, you can send me a note. I'll be happy to make those introductions for you. As I mentioned, these are fairly small programs, and the students all are very bonded with one another, and they're also very willing to help you as you're making your decision or as you're entering the program, and they can give you advice that no one else can give. So someone that's been through the program, they understand the experience, they know what the takeaways are, and certainly that would be a very good resource for you to have. And yes, I can help make those introductions for you if that's of interest to you. It's a very good question. Thanks for asking that. Okay. Any other questions from any of our participants? Well, thank you very much again for your participation. Thank you for coming to the Illini Center in Chicago. Thank you for joining us online. You may certainly find additional information on our website, psm.illinois.edu. If you have individual questions, feel free to contact me. You can reach me at psmdegree@illinois.edu, and I will be happy to answer those questions for you. Happy to make contacts with you with your specific program or with any students or alumni of the program. Well, thank you very much for your participation. Thank you for your attention. I hope this answered some questions for you and gave you some information about the Professional Science Masters at the University of Illinois. Thank you very much, and good night.